Well, this is an impressive bear trap. A bit of a globe or flail or whatever that's called, and attached to a bar above. And according to what the sign next to it says, it is supposed to be a booze trap for a bear. So the cup over there is filled with booze, and then if the bear gets drunk enough, it hits its head to those spikes over there. But I'm not really sure if I buy that. Anyway, apparently booze has also been used to hunt bears, simply because a bear is drunk, then it's a lot easier to hunt, obviously. And it's also said that the bear makes a lot of noise. It starts to roar just like humans when they get drunk. So it's one way to be successful in bear hunting is to just infuse it with booze. Here we see on display a bear trap. So let me show you first that these do not belong here. These supporting bars here don't belong in the trap. But here is what a triangle bear trap looks like. And it works in such a way that you place a bait underneath there, to that little bar over there, and when the bear starts to grip on the bait and pull it out from underneath there, then that bar will sort of tilt that way, and it also will pull this bar that way and release a willowy loop which holds these bars up. So the bear pulls the bait that way, that side of the bar goes that way, and the whole long bar goes that way. And so this is released, and boom, it drops down on top of the bear. That's how it works. So here we have very basic traps for large birds, such as this goose over here. Or I don't know, I actually don't know what it's called in English, but you know this bird, this angry bird here. Anyway, the function of this trap is very simple. There are two heavy bars placed along the path which you expect the bird to be moving, and between them you place a lock, and this lock comes around here, so that this it holds the higher bar up, and this lower vertical bar is at the very low of the trap, where you expect the animal to move it when it's moving. So it's supposed to sort of push it to the side, and that triggers the lock. And this lock is in a triggered position, and you can see how it's supposed to work. So these are supposed to be unified bits here and placed together. Here they are for display, of course, in the triggered position, so people don't start to play with them. But the idea is that this releases the lock, and the lock breaks apart, and then this bar squishes the bird. So that's how that is supposed to work. I will show you that lock a little bit more detailed. Here we have a trap for a river otter, and this sort of trap requires some crafting precision to create, but river otters are very valuable for their very water resistance and otherwise very pretty skin, so it might be worth the trouble. First of all, the water level here is a little bit too low. You should imagine making the trap so that the bar at the very bottom there is at the very same level with the water level. And on the both sides or one side, place that sort of a fence so that the other will not try to just go around the structure, but will think, F it, I'm just going to go through this opening here. And what happens then? Well, this heavy bar here is going to squish the other. As you can see, there's another heavy bar put over there to give a little bit more weight to this bar. And this is the thing which holds the trap wired. It requires a bit of precision to create, as I said, because it needs to be balanced here to hold the heavy bar up, just so that, as you can see, this vertical bar at the level of the water swings and moves, and when the other pushes it from the other side, it's going to knock it down, so that the other is going to get squished by the heavy bar on top. So basically, you just need to balance that little trigger there, and you have a basically functioning other trap. That same lock mechanism can be used to hunt squirrels and other animals as well. And the mechanism just is the same. It works on gravity, and this lock, which is supposed to be moved by the animal just enough to break, and so the weight squishes the animal. This is a squirrel trap, so a squirrel will be squished there. That's why it's sort of leveled like that. Here we have a traditional fox hunting board, and we also have a fox that has lost its face, but never mind that. This fox hunting trap is very cruel. There's many other old-fashioned traps. So the idea is that the fox, you have a bait over there at the very top branch of the board, and the fox starts to leap up like this towards the bait, and so its paws will be caught on these sharp, narrow hollows on this board, and it will just be caught here, like hanging on this board. That's why it's so high up, so that the fox is caught hanging there, and you don't know when it's gonna be released, or will it just die there. We don't know. But that's not our business. A lot of these old traps are very cruel, but they are very efficient and very simple. And here we have a very basic trap for mink or some other small animals that might fit through there. Usually these are used for like mink and other fur valuables. So the basic functioning is, as you can see, very simple. This bar holds the door of the trap open, and it's attached to this little knob here, which inside the box holds the bait. And when the animal pulls the bait out, then this knob moves that way and releases this bar which holds the door. So the animal is caught in there. It requires about as much crafting precision as it takes to wire this so that the movement will release this bar on top. these are still in use, and they're very easy to move from place to place, and they also work during winter, which is always a plus. Here we have another trap for small animals such as mink and other critters, and this one is in a half triggered position. How it really works is that the whole upper board is supposed to rest on that little knob on there. So about this is the original position, and the knob just holds this up, and the lower end of the knob is attached to that little board in the middle. So this little board here is left like half in the air, so when the animal goes in the trap, here's a bait, it has to climb here to get to the bait, and so it sits on top of this trigger, and the other end of the trigger is under that knob, and when this end of the board is lowered, then it sort of flips that end of the knob up, and because it's just about holding this, then it drops in this, like, see, now it's moved and now it comes through because it's off, and then also this side will come off. Then there's usually a lot stones or other weights on top to make sure that it's a very quick squish then. So basically it just collapses on top of the animal who stepped on the board and flipped that little knob on the other end.
Most of these methods are too cruel to be legal today. My purpose is simply to preserve the tradition and knowledge that we once had. Let me know if you like this video or this subject, so I know to make more videos about Finnish hunting and trapping one day. Thank you. Toodles.